Hey everybody, how's it going? Happy deer season. It is officially September 17th today and the Missouri bow season is open. I am at our northern farm today and we have been crazy dry. Everybody has. It's in Missouri. I'm sure you feel my pain. Nothing's growing well. We have been very fortunate to be able to mostly do our water rig every weekend since we planted August 22nd, and we actually have had our brassicas come up and they are growing. They're probably 4 to 6 inches tall, but everything is way behind compared to normal. Today I'm going to do a little video on kind of salvaging a food plot, or if you're just looking to make something green, this is what you want. Today I'm literally going to be planting wheat and rye, and I have a 50-pound bag of wheat and a 50-pound bag of rye, and I'm going to put it over this. This is a really not that big, little less than 1/4 of an acre little cut I have behind me here. I came 2 weeks ago and I sprayed this, and then actually just this morning we mowed it already, so you didn't have to watch me mowing it, but it's got a good kill. And behind me today, all I'm using is this homemade drag harrow that actually my dad made years ago, and he's got tires on the upside and little bolts that are welded onto this little frame. It's nothing fancy, but this thing does work, and it has saved our plots many times in the end. Real quickly, I want to say that this plot doesn't need saving. It's brand new. I've never had a plot here. I'm trying to change a little dynamic on this farm. I'm turning it into wheat and rye, and this should green up come October if we ever actually get some rain. But real quickly, I'm always in a rush up here because I'm pretty far from home, and I'm always trying to get as much done in a full day as I can. So real quickly, I just want to share that I'm going to use this drag behind my four-wheeler, and that's it. I don't have a cultipacker with me. I have nothing like that. With the wheat and rye, that seed likes to be planted a little bit deeper. So what I'm going to find myself doing is, after I get this area all tore up, I'm going to bring my broadcast spreader and my seed, and that's going to be a heavy seed rate. You know, it calls for about 50 pounds per acre, and this is a 1/4 acre, so I'm going to have a lot of sprouts. So I'm probably wasting a little bit of seed. I probably don't need all of it. I might not go quite all of it and might throw some in some of my bare spots in my other plots, but I just want this to be a big, thick, lush green carpet come middle to end of October if we ever get some rain. But again, I do have, there's a little weight rack on here that fits cinder blocks perfectly, so I will actually put the cinder blocks on top of this, and I'll just literally be driving around until I get this nice and tore up, and it'll just look okay. Again, this is brand new, never before tore up virgin soil. So, and on top of it, it has been hard as a rock. So I don't expect to get real great ground breakage, but we'll see what it turns into. I'll probably surprise myself. However, after I get it where I kind of like it, I'll broadcast the seed, and then I'll probably remove my cinder blocks off of my drag harrow, and then I'm going to drag that seed back in and try to cover it up, try to give it a fighting chance against doves and turkeys and anything else that's going to eat your seed. And so there actually is a rain chance this weekend. It's like 30 or 40%, but it's like the only rain chance we've had literally since we've planted back on August 22nd. So my fingers are crossed, because it doesn't take much, just enough moisture to get this stuff started, and it's pretty hardy whenever it starts to grow. And getting to the end of September, going to be the 1st of October here in just like 2 weeks. Hopefully we start getting into more of a wet pattern, but my fingers are crossed. We're running out of time. We're trying to save our plot / make a new plot. Just give these deer and other critters something to eat come winter, because otherwise, it's going to be really sad what they have to choose from on this farm. I'm going to get on the four-wheeler, we're going to hook it up, and we'll get to going. Don't matter where you start them, because by the end of it, they'll all be pushed to the back. Probably going to take quite a few laps. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, that did not work as good as I wanted it to. You can see behind me, you can see in the plot yourself, I was able to reveal some soil, but there's still tons of thatch, which isn't the end of the world. honestly, it's like your basic no-till food plot. Even though I had tines trying to dig in the ground, they just did not do much with how hard this ground is. I've had many years past where I used this exact drag harrow in our pre-disked soil, and it tears it right up, and we're able to cover the seed really nicely, and we get great stands of wheat and rye. But that's not the case for this brand new virgin soil, so I'll have to revisit how I'm going to approach this next year. But again, this was thick hay grass that we're just transforming this year. I think we have enough to make something work if we get rain. If we don't get rain, it'll never grow, but eventually it should rain. So I'm to a point, you can kind of see my hay piles. After I get so far, I'd have to clean out my drag because I was getting so much darn grass and just stuff from the dead field. So there's still plenty out there, but at least I have some spots where I can see some soil and let some rain fall. It should be, pretend this is like a strawed area that's going to have seed on it. If it gets some water, hopefully it starts to grow. I'm gonna go heavy, heavy, heavy. I'm gonna use both of these bags on this plot because not having a perfectly prepared seed bed, a lot of it won't make it. So my goal is to get this as green as possible by the mid to late October. But we'll see if that's even gonna work. But you have to stay tuned for an update. But for now, we're gonna dump these bags into my spreader, spread heavy, and then I'll probably just drag over this lightly, try to cover a little bit of the seed, probably mostly with more grass slash aka straw, and then that's going to be it. We're going to walk away and continue to pray for rain. Well, there you have it. All 100 pounds, 50 of each, winter wheat and cereal rye down on the quote-unquote dragged plot. I'm going to drag this just lightly one time. Mostly just going to cover, probably take some thatch and throw it on top is all it's going to do. But once this gets some rain, hopefully we get some germination. But got to have the rain first. But otherwise, that's it. I'm gonna run this thing over. You know, ideally, I would have had less thatch in here and would have got a little bit more seed to soil contact, I think. And with that, I could have been able to cover the seed better the second time. The only thing I'm really worried about is like turkeys and doves and birds and other seed predators that are going to pick at these seeds until this starts to grow. Thankfully, tomorrow evening there is one of the chances of rain, but if it doesn't happen like it's been happening all fall, you know, the seed could sit here for a while. So hopefully we get some rain. But if you're looking to save or salvage your plot, wheat and rye, it's the #1 way to get something green that deer actually eat, and you'll have a green food source to hunt over. It's so easy. I'm not putting any fertilizer down. Actually, this plot's new. It was really spontaneous. I didn't get a soil test, but wheat and rye are very good if you don't know your soil pH. You know, there's plenty of other steps you can check out. A lot of my other videos I like to follow all the instructions and steps that I take for planting just to get a better crop. But something like this, you can literally throw it out and it will come up once it gets moisture if you take the right steps of actually preparing a little bit of the seed bed prior. So I'll have to update you guys and see how this turns out, because honestly, we'll see. It might turn green by March. I hope you've enjoyed this short little salvaging food plot video, and if you're looking for a way to grow something green this fall still, if anything else failed, or if you just didn't have time to get a plot out, buy some winter wheat and some winter rye, find your spot, prep the site, throw it out, and pray for rain. Until next time, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.